This is from war planes to world beaters. How Toyota did it. 47 American cities lie in ruins, smoke still chokes the air. Amidst the ashes of 1945, one man clutches blueprints for a car that doesn't yet exist. Kiichiro Toyoda, son of a loom maker, understands machines. His family built tools of war just weeks ago. Now, in this desolate landscape, he smells iron and desperation, but sees a different future. Japan needs more than survival. It needs movement. It needs a car reliable enough for anyone, anywhere. A car built not for conquest, but for convenience. "We must make a car," he declared, "that the average man can afford and cherish." The war has annihilated their factories, their supply lines, their very hope. America builds giants like Ford and GM. European marques already rule the roads. Kiichiro, with little more than grit and a few remaining engineers, dares to dream beyond Japan's shattered borders. He envisions a vehicle that will outlast any rival, a machine born from the ashes to conquer the world. But how do you go from building tanks and torpedoes to crafting the planet's most beloved automobile, especially when your own country lies broken at your feet? Imagine a symphony of wood and metal, clattering rhythms echoing through a cavernous workshop. It's the 1920s, and inside the Toyota automatic loom works, Sakichi Toyoda, a man of quiet determination, watches his invention, a revolutionary automatic loom. This isn't just any machine, it's a marvel that stops itself instantly if a thread breaks, preventing defects and waste. Its ingenuity, its focus on jidoka, automation with a human touch, transformed the textile industry, and quietly, it wove the very fabric of an entirely new dream. Sakichi's son, Kiichiro Toyoda, had a different obsession. He'd spent years studying the roaring engines and sleek lines of Western automobiles, convinced that Japan's future lay not in fabric, but on four wheels. By 1937, his vision solidified. He broke away from the family's hugely successful loom business, establishing the Toyota Motor Corporation. The world was on the precipice of war, and Kiichiro was betting everything on a nascent automotive industry, even as the shadow of global conflict loomed large over his ambitious new enterprise. When the dust settled after World War II, Japan was a shattered landscape. Toyota Motor Corporation, barely a decade old, faced ruin. Their early models, like the cumbersome Toyota AA sedan, were primitive, unreliable, and cost a fortune to build in a country stripped bare of resources. The company teetered on the brink of collapse, desperately trying to sell cars no one truly wanted, facing severe financial difficulties that threatened to extinguish Kiichiro's dream forever. By the early 1950s, a new generation had to rise. Eiji Toyoda, Kiichiro's cousin, was dispatched to America to study Ford's colossal River Rouge plant. He returned amazed by the scale, but also by the sheer amount of waste he observed. Simultaneously, within Toyota's own struggling factories, a brilliant but unconventional engineer named Taiichi Ono began his radical experiments. He'd walk the production floor, a small notebook always in hand, observing every movement. One day, after a visit to a simple American supermarket, he had a profound realization. Why couldn't a factory operate like those shelves, stocked only with what customers needed precisely when they needed it? This simple concept would spark a revolution, but its implementation would be a brutal uphill battle. Throughout the mid-1950s, Taiichi Ono, under Eiji Toyoda's steadfast patronage, relentlessly challenged every established manufacturing dogma. His Toyota production system wasn't just a process, it was a philosophy. He pushed for just-in-time production, famously using physical cards, kanban, to signal demand from one station to the next. Like a supermarket shelf signaling for more milk. This eliminated costly inventory and exposed inefficiencies. He revived the jidoka principle from Sakichi's looms. Any worker could and should stop the entire production line the moment a defect was discovered, preventing faults from propagating. It was an agonizing, painstaking transformation. Every component, every minute detail was scrutinized for waste. Machines were moved, tasks re-evaluated, often to the deep skepticism of veteran workers. By 1957, with this radical new system still very much in its formative stages, Toyota made a bold move. They exported their first Crown sedan to the United States. It was a complete disaster. Its 1.5-litre 60-horsepower engine was laughably underpowered compared to American V8s, its ride too stiff, its smaller size alien to the vast US highways. The venture was an international embarrassment, selling only a few hundred units before being pulled. The world wasn't ready, or perhaps Toyota wasn't ready enough. What would they do when their flagship vehicle, born from their innovative system, was an international failure? The sting of the Crown's failure lingered for years, a harsh lesson etched into Toyota's corporate memory. The company understood it couldn't just build a good car. It had to build a globally competitive car, one that appealed to diverse markets while retaining the quality and efficiency now ingrained in their manufacturing DNA. Internally, debates raged. Could a Japanese company truly compete with the Detroit giants? But Taiichi Ohno and Eiji Toyoda pushed harder, refining the TPS, tightening tolerances, improving material quality, never wavering from their vision of a defect-free, waste-free process. Then, in 1966, a small, unassuming car rolled off the line, the Toyota Corolla. Priced for the masses, designed for reliability, and built with painstaking precision, it was everything the Crown wasn't. It wasn't flashy, but it started every time. It wasn't luxurious, but it didn't break down. It quickly became a global sales phenomenon, defying all expectations. As the 1970s dawned and the Corolla's popularity soared, the world itself began to shift dramatically. Whispers of geopolitical tension started to morph into something far more tangible. A global energy crisis was brewing on the horizon, one that would redefine the automotive industry and test every lesson Toyota had learned. The energy crises of the 1970s struck like an economic earthquake, sending shockwaves through every corner of the globe. Gas prices skyrocketed, and suddenly the colossal gas-guzzling American automobiles were no longer desirable. Toyota, with its ingrained philosophy of efficiency and its reliable fuel-sipping Corolla, was perfectly positioned. Their vehicles, once seen as small and unexciting, became the smart choice. Market share expanded exponentially worldwide as consumers clamored for cars that wouldn't drain their wallets at the pump. By the close of the 1970s and into the 1980s, the world could no longer ignore Toyota's meteoric rise. Business gurus and rival automakers flocked to Japan, desperate to understand the secret behind this relentless success. What they discovered was the Toyota production system, now universally lauded and rechristened lean manufacturing. It became the blueprint for efficiency across industries, challenging and ultimately revolutionizing established Western auto industry practices. From automatic looms in the 1920s to the world's best-selling car in the 1980s, Toyota's journey was a testament to relentless improvement. Born from a quiet obsession with eliminating waste and building perfection, one stitch and one bolt at a time. The story of Toyota is more than just a business triumph. It's a profound testament to human ingenuity and resilience forged in the crucible of post-war Japan. From rudimentary looms to the ubiquitous Land Cruiser, the foundational principles that guided Sakichi Toyoda and his successors, the relentless pursuit of improvement, Kaizen, the ruthless elimination of waste, Muda, and the profound respect for the human element in production, didn't just build a car company. They forged a revolutionary philosophy. This philosophy, later codified as the Toyota production system, transcended the automotive industry, influencing everything from the efficiency of hospital operating rooms to the agility of software development teams. It democratized reliability, transforming cars from luxury items into dependable tools for millions, profoundly impacting global commerce, individual mobility, and the very fabric of modern life. Think about it. The concept of continuous improvement, Kaizen, became a worldwide buzzword, pushing countless organizations to constantly refine their processes. The just-in-time inventory system, once a radical and risky idea, is now a cornerstone of modern logistics, streamlining supply chains across continents. Toyota didn't just sell cars, it exported a powerful methodology that industries around the world eagerly adopted, striving for the same lean efficiency and meticulous craftsmanship. This competitive pressure forced rival manufacturers to significantly raise their own standards. ultimately benefiting consumers globally. Its extraordinary journey from manufacturing war machinery components to becoming the world's most successful and respected automotive giant is a masterclass in adaptation, foresight, and unyielding dedication. Toyota's unwavering commitment to quality and efficiency reshaped global manufacturing and set new benchmarks for automotive excellence. Amidst the profound devastation of war and the pressures of global competition, what ultimately endured was the relentless human spirit, always striving to build something not just different, but demonstrably better. If this deep dive into Toyota's transformative journey resonated with you, go ahead and hit the like button. It truly helps YouTube understand that stories like this matter, ensuring they reach more people who appreciate the meticulous detail behind industrial evolution and the relentless pursuit of excellence. Subscribe to the channel, and you'll find a new chapter from the often untold history of innovation right here, every week.